I'm gonna tell you guys a story today. A story about how I went from literally a door guy at a strip club to getting my first job to getting a profitable side hustle and losing it all just to come back here. Okay, if you master your career, let's be real. There's something missing. Like there's some if your career is cool, but there's something missing. Like you're grinding for every day and all that stuff. But there's a part of you that just know that there's more to it. And you're right, there is more to it because when you have a side hustle, you get to control the income that you get. Right now, if you're first time listening to this is Mission Human Excellence, and we are going to talk about side hustles today. We're going to talk about side hustles today. How 3 points, 3 things that you need to learn to start a side hustle and understand what you got to do in order for you to start making money with it. Okay, I went from being a door guy at a strip club, right, to meeting some people who are engineers and got me my first internship at an engineering company, manufacturing company, right? From there, got my first job as an engineer, went on to pay off a bunch of my debt, started a business, got back into debt, and now I'm working my way out again, right? There's learning experiences in all of it. I can't say I've been extremely successful in all areas because there's failures, obviously, and I'm open to talk about all of it, right? But I know there's 3 things I learned, 3 things that absolutely will help you get your side hustle from nothing to something. So let's just start with number 1. Number 1 is start with what you have, right? Start with what you have and learning to leverage the existing skills and network that you have. See, when I was at the strip club, right? Just some random people came in. And I'm like, "Oh, what do you guys do?" Like, I see a company logo on here. Like, what do you guys do? They tell me, they do such and such. I'm not gonna say what it is. And I'm like, "Oh, I got a resume. You want to take it?" I just graduated electrical engineer. I don't know anything. I'm just here trying to work and finding a job in this area because I don't want to go to NorCal. So I'm here. Like, you guys got anything? And that's how I got my first interview, got my foot in the door, and all that good stuff. Right? It's about who you know. It's not about what you know. It's about who you know. In this season of my life, I got a coach, right? I got a coach that's constantly helping me grow as a person and grow my business. Talk about the different things I got to talk about and bounce ideas off of, right? But I didn't get this coach because I saw an ad on Instagram or anything like that. It's through one of my good brothers who's partnering up with this guy, and this guy knows a lot of things. He doesn't want to do it the way that big Instagram people do it, and he wants to start fresh from basically zero into a whole different field, right? I didn't get connected because of Instagram. I connected because of a friend. It's about who you know, right? And then it's about what you know. What you know matters, but it doesn't matter as much as who you know. Very simply put, I can be the best engineer out there, but if I don't know the right people, they're not gonna value me as an engineer. The best example is Nikola Tesla. So if you know the story of Nikola Tesla, my dogs are going crazy, so don't worry about them. If you know the story of Nikola Tesla, he doesn't know anybody. He doesn't know the right people, right? He ended up working for this guy named Thomas Edison. Now, we all know who Thomas Edison is. But at that time, everybody knew who Thomas Edison was. He was the inventor. He invented all of these stuff. But let's be real. Most of the stuff he invented was through his company. He just ended up taking credit. Okay? Now, Nikola Tesla ended up working with this guy named Thomas Edison and essentially had some disagreements with Edison. See, if you knew the right people, Nikola Tesla would start his own company, wouldn't call it General Electric, but he would call it Tesla a long time before Tesla is actually Tesla. You know what I mean? So there's many examples of this. It's who you know first before where you know. Where you know matters, but you gotta also know who you know. You gotta make sure who you know is it's in the front. It's the relationships that build a business, not just your skills. Okay, so that's point number one. It's about what you have. It's about network and it's about skills. Number two is embracing failure as a learning experience. 2022 January, I started a whole new venture. July, losing it all. It's about learning through that experience. What did I learn through that experience? Well, I can very easily focus on the amount of losses that I had, all the things that I could have had, all the things that should have had happened, what I should have done, could have done, this and that, regrets, right? But instead it's like, okay, cool, what are the learning lessons I get to take from that experience? What did I really like to do? Why did I make the choices I make? Was I focusing too much on money? If I was, where do I need to focus to this time so I can not only make the money that I make, but keep the money that I make? Very simple, right? Starting on ground zero again after 2022, after basically 2023, starting my career over again as an engineer, understanding that it is not going to be, I can't get back to the same level as I was right away, but I know I can work my way back there, right? So that itself is learning how to embrace a failure in changing your career. Not everybody's going to be successful at changing their careers. Some people are. I know a lot of engineers quit engineering to go to real estate, to go into financial services, insurance, all that good stuff. And they make it. That's good for them. Not everybody is successful at changing careers. So, understanding that, yes, it's important to learn from your experience, right? It's important to learn from your experience. Also important to understand what mistakes you made so you don't make the same mistakes again. Same story. If I had just kept that business as a side hustle and did it only when there was jobs available, obviously I would have made some money while keeping my job. And I was due for promotion 4, and that was going to be a big promotion, right? I was due for a promotion. If I just did something on the side, that would have helped me gotten to a lot further than where I am now. Those are all mistakes. That's fine. I learned from my mistakes, right? Now I'm doing this on the side, so I'm not putting all in effort in this. I got a family now. I can't just take all the risk there is. But I gotta still take some risks to understand that in order for me to get there, risk is involved and I need to get there. Okay, so what kind of calculated risk can I take? Okay, that's point number 2. Embracing failures as learning experiences. And you gotta learn a lot from your failures. Okay, I love the word failure. A lot of people don't. A lot of people try to shortchange it. A lot of people trying to change the word. Failure is a good thing. Failure is a great thing. I learned a lot from mistakes, from failures. Okay. Point number 3 is how you balance your side hustle and balance your career. You cannot. First of all, you cannot. If you have a career, you cannot just let go of your career and scrape by at your job and trying to make your side hustle work. You cannot do that. Very simply put, if you scrape by at one thing, you're going to try to scrape by at everything. You're not ready for a side hustle just yet. You're not ready for your side hustle to become your main income just yet. Sorry, you're ready for a side hustle, but you're not ready for your side hustle to become your main income. Right before COVID, I was making about $300 a month extra, right? It was just taking off. I had a good little network marketing team. We're just about to take off, and COVID hit, and whoosh, right? But at that time, I was putting more energy and focus at work into my side hustle than I was at work. Eventually, performance caught up to me, and I wasn't growing at work, and I started complaining. And once you complain at one place, you're gonna complain everywhere, right? Not only did my business got hit by COVID, it got hit by my complaints. I started complaining my way down to basically back to nothing, right? So now it's like, how do you balance your main job? Keep your main job the main job. Set a line at your main job, and then come back and do your side hustle. I'm making content. This is my side hustle right now. I'm making content, putting out programs, right? This is my side hustle right now. But how can I keep this as a side hustle and keep my main job and still growing in there? Do the best that I can over there, obviously. But still understand that, I still got something else going on. This is still building phase. I love this phase. I love the building phase because nobody knows about me. I can change a topic, anything I want, until something I feel comfortable and dive extremely deep in. Information business is funny because it's easy, but it's not. It is so easy to get in the door, but it's not easy to get noticed. It's so easy to just go in and understand, right? Go in and understand the business, but it's not easy to execute on this business, right? I'm in the information business. This is my side hustle, and I'm telling you this story simply because the side hustle is something that you need to have. You start something on the side and learn about business, and slowly make your side hustle into your main thing, right? Don't make the mistake of going in too fast. So, don't risk your primary income. I'm looking at my notes right now. Don't risk your primary income, because this is what's gonna fund everything you need to do. Do not, please do me a favor. Do not risk the bank account that you are going to have to fund your side hustle. Do not risk that until your side hustle fund itself. And eventually it will pay you, and eventually you can quit your job after you have a certain amount of cushion. Okay? So that's how you start something. Those are the 3 lessons I learned for me to get started this time, and I'm implementing those lessons now. So hopefully that's been helpful. Thank you for listening. Appreciate you for following, liking, commenting, and all that good stuff. I'm going to be putting out a lot more business stuff, a lot more side hustle stuff, I should say, to help you get started, help you get profitable, and start to help you understand that you need a side hustle. You need a side hustle to get started. Just to be in the business, like, you need a side hustle. Just to be in this, the world that we're in this economy, you need a side hustle. And this is the best time to start a side hustle. Things are going down, start a side hustle. This is the best time to start it, because when it comes up, you're ready. Instead of other people who are starting on the way up, they're trying to catch the money, catch the trend, but they're not ready. If you're starting out, you will be ready. Okay? Thank you for listening. Give me that like, give me that subscribe if you like this episode. And until next time, I'll see you later. Peace.